wonderful day to you. Today, Tropical Vegans will be making for you pineapple preserves with only the use of pineapple. So no preservatives, no extra anything. We're just going to be using the whole pineapple to make the pineapple preserve that can last you months, maybe up to a year. Alright, so we already washed the pineapple. What we're going to do now, and let me remind you that this pineapple is really overripe. It's actually started spoiling at the bottom, right? But it's still good. You just have to cut off this and we can continue using the rest of the pineapple. But we had it there and we didn't have time to flip. So what we're going to do right now is just wring off the top. Easy like this. And we're going to proceed in removing the skin from the pineapple itself. Just going to cut off the top. We got our calabash here. We're not going to discard the skin because we do need this. So just hold on 1 second and we're going to show you how we proceed in using the skin. I'm going to put the head to the side, also the bottom, and then we're going to use the rest of the skin. So this is the one that was spoiling at the bottom. You can cut this as deep as you would like, or you can go ahead and remove the eyes when you finish pinning them. So here you just cut this off and it's still good. This is the part I removed. See, it was getting all smushy here. It was soft, it was spoiling. So we will not put this together with the skin because it was already spoiling. Okay, and we're gonna further on remove the eyes. You can do it with this process, or you can just peel it thicker than what I did. You don't have to do this uniform, just try to get as much of the eyes out as possible. We also did a video in showing you how to completely get this done, so you can check that video out. So even the remains from cleaning of the eyes, you will keep that. So all these, you keep that here. If your jar mouth is wide enough, you can just cut them in rings and preserve them like that. If not, like myself, we have the regular mouth jar here, so I have to cut them like this so that they can fit in the jar. I'm gonna remove the stack here at the middle. We're going to keep this as well. We're going to keep the stack here as well. You can cut this as small as you like or as big as you like, once it fits in your jar. So I'm just going to cut it like this. And repeat. In the meantime, I have my 2 preserving jars here sterilizing. What I did before was just to add some water, some room temperature water to the pot, just water from the tap. I filled some in the jar as well and let it heat up with the jars in there, along with the lids here. I have them heating up, so the water The water is almost to boil. It's not there, but it's hot already. So just have it sterilized in here while we get the pineapple skin blended for the process. Instead of using plain water to fill the jars, I will further on use the skin of the pineapple, which we also make juices from. You can check that video out as well. So we're going to use the stack from the pineapple, the center core from the pineapple, as well as the skin to create that liquid that will fill the jars. We've been using the pineapple skin to make juices for a very long time, so it's safe to our knowledge and to our experience. We have used 1.5 of the pineapple skin and the pineapple remains. Here we have about half more of that. It filled this jar about 3 cups away with the skin alone, and then we added some spring water, which was 1.5 cup of the spring water. So it's 1.5 cup of spring water to 1.5 of the pineapple skin, including all the remains and the pineapple core. So we're gonna proceed in blending this now. Okay, so this here is the result. What I'm gonna do to use all the skin and to make it very potent, I'm going to use the remainder of the skin. Okay, so this is the result of everything. So you can go ahead and use a cheesecloth along with a strainer, or a cheesecloth if that one works well, but this here I'm using is an old curtain. It works, so we're going to be using that as our cheesecloth, and we're just going to strain the pineapple to get only the juice and get the pulp remains away. The remains of the pineapple, you can go ahead and put that in your compost if you have one. If not, try creating one. Nothing goes to waste. Alright, so the juice is ready to go on the fire right now. Okay, so while we await the pineapple juice to heat up or come to a boil, in the meantime we're going to use a key lime here. Just rub it to get all that juice out. Oh, that's pulp. That's pulp. So we're going to use, this is optional, we're going to use half of this key lime and get it into the pineapple juice on the stove. Without the use of the lime juice, it will still be as good as. So I'll just add all that in here. It took about 5 minutes to come to a boil. Okay, so I'm just getting the jars that are really hot out of the hot water it was sitting in. I'm going to now fill the jars with the pineapple, with the fresh pineapples. So my hands are clean. If you like, you can also have the pineapple boiling in the liquid. I don't think it makes much difference, but you can do as you feel. Okay, so we have got all the pineapple in the jars, and we are now going to add the liquid in. And this pineapple is really sweet, like really sweet. So this was, we have some remainder in the pineapple juice. You can just put that in the fridge, let it cool, and drink it just like that. No sugar needed, and no other additive. That's the remainder of the juice I'm speaking about here. This remainder, because we had quite a few. So I'm just doing something sort of like debubbling and I did see some bubbles came up, so making sure all the pineapple pieces are submerged in its liquid. As you can see, before I did this, the pineapple juice was way up here, and when I did this debubbling effect and it settled itself, it came to reach this perfect mark here. We're not going to fill it right up, we're just going to leave that 1/4 of an inch space. And we're going to do the same over here. Now I'm going to place this 2 jars back in the hot water and let it boil for about 5 minutes so we can create that canning effect. It has come to a boil. We're just going to turn it up right now. We can remove this and put on the counter to cool, or we can just leave it here for another 5 minutes just to chill out itself. And then we can just leave this on the counter until it's settled, until it has that seal, and you can store in your cupboard for a year and counting. Just out of the hot water, out of the boiling water, I should say. And we're going to leave this now on the counter until it's settled and until it seals itself.